I am sure that most of you who watch this channel are probably aware of the existence of this camcorder. This is the JVC GR-AX96 VHSC camcorder with Program Manager. It's in passable condition, but obviously not perfect. It's got some scuff marks on it. It's missing the lens door. Actually is broken. You can see there. It's still here. There still is a lens door, but it doesn't come out. And the tape basket's a little messed up. You might be able to see here. Yeah, it's kind of falling apart. Some of the parts are bent a little bit. It doesn't like to close with a tape inserted, so that is certainly a problem. But I now am not the proud owner of just one of these GR-AX96s. I have two of them. Why did I pick up a second one, you might ask? Because usually I don't like to pick up multiple versions of the same camcorder, the same model. There's really no point in doing that. Well, it's because not only was the price right on this one, I actually think I paid less for this than I did for this. I don't remember what I gave for this one, but I gave $6.99 for this, which is probably a bit too much, but it's in almost perfect condition. Somebody, of course, etched their name in it, as you can see there, so whoever Andy might be, I have your camcorder. But it's in really good shape. I mean, there's no real blemishes on it anywhere. Everything just looks, it's all nice and shiny. It's missing all the stickers, unfortunately, but it has the lens cap, and it works. Not that I'm sure you can see that. Of course, I could always turn on the video light on this camcorder, and you can probably see it a little better. But, yeah, it must not have been used very often. I do know that whoever Andy was, they were certainly French-speaking. When I turned it on, I looked at the titles, the custom title, because these have a custom title. There's a whole bunch of titles, and there's one custom title. It was set, and it was French. So, I guess there you go. You learn something about the original owners all the time with this kind of equipment. But I haven't actually tested the tape basket yet, so I have no idea if it's going to work. I mean, we'll just give a little bit of an overview of the camera. There's the microphone on the front, and right here is actually an external microphone port. If I can get this piece out, that's what that is. It's a pretty interesting location for it. J-lip, that's the remote control. 36 times digital hyper zoom. I actually don't know how much zoom it's got. Excuse me. If you turn off the digital zoom, I think it's pretty similar to this one. No, it doesn't actually say. I don't remember what amount of zoom it has, but it doesn't have. Well, it does have digital zoom. It just says on it that it's got digital hyper zoom. Anyway, so that's just the front. There's not really much to see. It does have an attachment for lenses. Here's your little hand strap. Underneath here is all of the controls, which is a different layout from the camcorder I'm using right now. By the way, I'm actually using a tripod right now that I got also at the thrift store, although I, again, probably paid too much for it. It's a cheap piece of junk tripod, but I guess it'll live for now, so you can see all the controls. You can pause the video if you wanted to see any of those. There's a quick record button, there's your zoom lever, your color viewfinder. Because it's only got mono audio, it's only got a mono output for the audio, and there's your video. It's also got the stinger for the RF modulator. There's video light switch and power switch. Not really much else to say. I wonder if it still has the battery. Nope, it does not. So I will be getting a new battery. I'll have to find them and put a battery in it, and then we should be off to the races. When you see me next on this video, we will be recording with this camcorder. Oh, I almost forgot. It did come with a battery, which is a pretty typical JVC battery. Here you can see the original owner's name again. I actually think this might be an extended operation battery, or maybe it was normal for the batteries to be this big back in the day. I don't know, I wasn't around then. But of course, as you can probably guess from okay, time to assume that it's actually working. Which I believe it is. This is the newer JVC GR-AX96, although I actually don't know. Is it newer? This one was made in November of 1997. How about this one? When was this one made? March of 1997. So it is, in fact, newer. And there, of course, is the camcorder that I was using to record the first part of this video. The AX910. And the cheap tripod I picked up for entirely way too much money. Who made it? It's like UMIG or something. I don't know. But anyway, realized I forgot to go over this. The program manager that these camcorders have. So you can see, you get a mode switch, which has pretty much everything you'd ever need on it. 2 auto modes. Auto release and auto lock, which I guess is full auto mode. A couple of shutter adjustments here. Looks like sports mode, night mode, sepia. I don't know what ND means, but I could certainly test it on this camcorder. ND. What did it actually say? ND effect. I don't know what that means. It looks like it's lowered the brightness. That's all that it really looks like it's done. Of course, auto lock is full auto. Put it in auto release. I don't know if it actually does anything on the video, but it's there. FG is for fog. That's what it looks like. Just a couple of video effects, which is pretty cool. And sepia. Twilight. Sports. Shutter speed 1/100th. 1/200th. There's full auto mode. There's auto release. You'd also make note of this display, which displays various things, more automatic settings. So I can control the fader. I can also control whether or not it's in widescreen mode. So this is probably going to look a little strange when I do this, assuming it does anything on video. I can add a title. Maybe I can't add a title, I think because my display is on. Oh no, I'm recording, so I can't adjust those. And of course, manual white balance. There's also a couple manual focus controls, which you might be able to see there I'm using. I wonder how to put it back into automatic focus. There we go. So that's back in autofocus. It's got a couple of gain up options. You can see there, it goes to +6, and presumably -6. Those are exposure adjustments. That's what that thing in the middle is for. And the menu, and it does have an image stabilizer as well. You can now see. But I have to say, for being a digital image stabilizer, it's not that bad. Almost equivalent to optical, but not quite. You can see you do lose quite a fair amount of your picture, but it works fairly well. Just for comparison. Anyway, I don't think there's really much else I can think of to say. I might try out the titler here. Let's go ahead and try out the titler as well as some of the other fades. Of course, you probably already know what all the fades are because I've used this camcorder so many times that, well, there you go. So there you can see the title. Turn it on or off. I can't change it while the thing is on. So anyway, there you go. So let's go ahead and just try it out a little bit. So here's the zoom. That's the extent of it. I can go ahead and put the image stabilizer on. It doesn't seem to really do much at that kind of zoom though. Mostly because it really can't. Focus is pretty good though. So I don't really know what I can do to demonstrate this, really. I've already demonstrated it. Oops, just lost the focus. There we go. Okay, I just pushed quick record. Now we know what quick record does. Here is basically a no light test. It actually doesn't do too bad of a job. Although I really do need to clean out the viewfinder. There's a lot of dust in it. Whereas then once we turn on the light, things get much brighter. Yes, that temperature is actually probably very close to accurate. It's very, very, very hot in here. You know, back to exactly where we were before. Color viewfinder. Every time I see that Program Manager sticker, I am always reminded of early versions of Windows, specifically Windows 3.0 and 3.1. Oh yeah, and because it's tradition, gotta fire this up. Which I don't really use very often anymore. It's actually kind of a sad state of affairs. Because I don't use my digital camera very often anymore. But it works, presumably. More than I can say for the other one, which has been almost permanently sidelined with a picture tube problem. The tube is in really bad shape in the other one. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. If you happen to have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. Hope to see you next time. It just rammed one end of itself into the other. There it goes. Till then, folks.